So I'm going to be tracing some of these wires back in this XF Falcon U and try and work out where all these vacuum hoses go. So first up, that one there is most obvious. It comes down here, and if we look under there, it's that one there that I'm pulling, which just goes up into the top of that thing for some reason. Who knows why? It doesn't really look that necessary. Next we've got this one which goes up there, and that one comes into the top of this. Second, we've got this one here which goes straight into the carburettor, and that goes into the second one. And then the third bottom one comes out here, goes through this little thing right here, whatever that does, I have no clue, and goes in right there, which is going into that one. Then we've got one coming out the bottom of this distributor section. Don't know what that's for. It goes up into the bottom of this. Then we've got another one coming out of here into the carburettor right there. This is very complicated. Then we've got this other hose here, which comes out there. This big hose comes out into the top of here. So I'd say that's just the blow-by going into the intake. Then we've got this hose here, which goes out into this thing here, which then goes down to that tank there, and also goes into that one there. So 3 hoses coming out of it. One goes to that tank, one goes to right there, and then the third one comes down and goes to right there. Then we've got the green one. The green one goes into the top of here. The orange one comes down and goes in. Oops. Oh, there we go. That one goes in right there. Then we've got these ones now. That one there hooks up there and goes into there. That one there hooks up there and it goes into there, and they all go down to there. So not sure what they're all looping around for. The other one doesn't have that. Then we have on the back here. Wait a minute. That's the wiper fluid, I'm certain of it. No, maybe not. That must be vacuum as well. Anyway, that comes down here into this one, which goes into the bottom of there, which goes into that one there. No clue what that's for. On this side, we had, of course, the EGR. Came up and around, went down through that port right there, down under here, and bolted onto the EGR valve right here. There's the EGR valve, it bolted onto the bottom of there. This top of the EGR valve right there had that green one on it. This green one here went to the EGR valve, the top of it. Now we've got these things. This one here, I think it's all crunchy on the inside, so I'm saying that's coolant. This one here is also coolant, and so is that one, except that one's actually not coolant, it's heating sort of thing. That goes, those two there go down into there for the heating. So for the heating, that's these two here. That one there puts the coolant into the intake. Not sure why. That's the where the coolant comes out of the pump down into the radiator, and then it comes back out of the radiator right here into the engine. Here's the earth strap coming off there. The earth strap comes down to there. So on the negative terminal on this one, there is literally one wire. The earth strap going to the engine. That's it. Why is it not focusing? Obviously I don't have focus, autofocus in video turned on. Anyway, that's the earth strap. Here's the positive one. Okay, obviously not. There's the positive one. On this one we have the positive going straight to the starter motor. We also then have that's positive straight to the starter motor, and then that's the signal to the starter motor, which goes into the wiring room. Over here though, we just have positive going there, and then we've got these two, which are supposed to be something like black and yellow or green and yellow, And then we've got this strange blue one here, which I don't know where this one goes. I think this one actually may have been going to here for some accessory. Oh yes, definitely. This is definitely homemade, this blue one, because that definitely doesn't go anywhere. It's probably for some speakers, who knows what. So that can just get ripped out. Next, we've got the bonnet cable here, this wiring loom. That's pretty much all it needs. So just two of those things. There's a few wires out there. There's a spare plug right there, nothing on it. There's just these two wires here, which sort of just curve down and around there, and then go into these two plugs by the looks of it. Something like that. Let's make it wider. Keep going out of the screen. Now if we look down here, yeah, there's just the cable for the bonnet popper. There's that plug right there, which goes to the wipers, I'd say. What else is there? That one there. That cable there is the clutch cable. This thing doesn't have a clutch cylinder, it has a clutch cable. Oh, that's nice to know. That means when my clutch is loose, I can just tighten up that bolt right there and that'll tighten up the clutch because it's really loose at the moment. Okay, now this thing here also has one scoop right here, which then goes down to a stock cover which goes over here to let heat go straight up into the intake. I don't have any clue why, but on this car it seems like it's built completely for inefficiency, because everything's just inefficient and they've got like heat coming straight into the intake. They've got EGR going straight into the intake to heat up the engine. Not heat it up, it cools it down, but it decreases power significantly. Anyway, here's the overflow for the coolant. That goes into the coolant tank right there. This is the washer fluid tank. Now, this one obviously had the option for a second washer maybe, because there's another plug there. There's a loose plug here. Have no clue what that's for. I'm sure I'll find out, maybe, no, I don't know. That comes out of that same wiring harness, and there's just a loose plug there. So actually it's probably for, no, the horn's down there. So on this one it has the horn down there. On the other XF I've got, it's got the horn bolted on right here to these bolts. So that's also weird. Anyway, yeah, and then this is sort of just some home hacked in wiring job to wire up some fog lights that someone did on the bumper right there. So, oh yeah, and then we got these things here. So out of the inside here, we've got green, orange, black, and black. So this black plug is a spade connector plug. No clue what that's for. The yellow one is just blocked off. That doesn't go anywhere. The black one comes down to that sensor right there, same one this thing goes off. The green one comes down there, and that is the vacuum sensor, which obviously, I know it. So this black one obviously goes to the switch on the dashboard for the heater. When you turn the switch, it opens the vacuum to come to the green one, which then vacuums that little pressure thing down there, which then lets the coolant, the heater water, flow through for the heating. Right, I think that's everything now. And of course it's a manual, so, and it's, well, it's electronic fuel injection, so there's nothing going to the, I mean, it's carburettor, so there's no ECU wiring going through there. And it's also a manual, so there's no wiring, which is awesome. So that's how simple it is. On the belt, there's literally the starter motor, and that's it. Nothing else but a starter motor. No other plugs. Yeah. Now I'm going to take a whole bunch of photos